and welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence, and it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
And I'm Sean. And we are here in another warm weekend.
It's not as warm as it was last time.
No, it's not as bad.
Climate change, so much fun.
Yeah.
Because it's not supposed to get this hot in LA until October.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's hot now, and it's going to be even worse in October.
I don't think we have any fun news.
Well, let's see. We did go... I don't know. Did we see any movies? Or we saw... What did we see? We saw Transformers. We saw that last week.
Right.
Got around to watching Jurassic World finally.
Oh, yeah, finally.
That was a thing.
It was fun.
That, I guess in a nerd kind of thing. A nerdy property. It was okay. It was good. It was a fun little movie. I'm sure if I went to the theater, it would have been like, oh, I enjoy seeing this. Yeah.
It's just, I don't understand how anyone would think that a theme park full of dinosaurs wouldn't go fucking sideways.
Dinosaurs created by men.
Yeah, no, you know that's not going to go well. We don't do anything right. Yeah. Anytime people are involved, shit gets ruined.
Yeah. We ruin everything.
We do ruin everything. And you should have known this ain't going to go well.
No. No, it's pretty bad, and it went pretty bad. And I mean, there's some good stuff in there. Like
sure.
I think Vincent D'Onofrio is awesome.
I know you like him in anything.
I love him. I think he's fantastic. I don't know. I have yet to see him in something that I really don't enjoy.
I just like the idea that Vincent D'Onofrio's like, I'm just gonna show up, be in whatever shape I'm in.
Whatever shape he's in, is they go.
This shit,
he
man.
just shows up. He goes, I ate all the donuts. They're like, all right, I guess we're going to write that into the character, whatever it is. Or he's like, I benched 500 pounds. Because, he's the Kingpin,
right.
So the Kingpin is a very strong, angry man.
Yes.
Which, Vincent D'Onofrio does quite well. And,
yes.
And then his character in Jurassic World is just like guy with a tight shirt. With his gut hanging out, being like, hey, what we should do is put guns on a dinosaur and stuff. And I think we're gonna do that because I'm science.
Yeah.
And BD Wong's like, oh my.
Yeah.
Because BD, he's doing his best Hugo Strange in that movie.
He is.
Yeah.
BD Wong's great. I love BD Wong.
BD Wong in there too. Shout out to BD Wong.
Yeah, I love him.
Vincent D'Onofrio and Chris Pratt. I like Chris Pratt.
I know.
He's I feel like him and I would get along in real life.
Maybe.
IRL.
Possibly.
We'd be buds.
I don't really know a lot about Chris Pratt.
Then again, he might surprise me with some bro stuff that I'm just like,
that's
hey.
the thing. I worry that he's super bro.
Yeah, I know. See, that's the thing. I might be like, hey man, we're pretty cool, right? And he'd be like, hey man, I like to jet ski, and I'm like, I don't know, I've never been on a jet ski. He's like, all right, see you later, buddy. And I'm like,
no, Chris Pratt, don't leave me.
I'm on the shore and I'm just standing here.
Yeah, I can't imagine you would go jet skiing anyway. That's out in the water.
Yeah, I don't like the water.
No, I know.
I like the beach, but I don't like going in it.
No, well, you did go in.
I have. But
yeah, but you're not going much deeper than your chest.
No, yeah, I don't like the I don't like not being able to see my feet.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of squids.
There's no squids. They don't come that close to the shore, I don't think.
I'm afraid of devil rays. You're entering the food chain.
Yeah, that is true. You might get eaten by a shark.
If I have somebody like Chris Pratt to help me out, maybe I'll be okay.
Well, apparently he can he's a dinosaur whisperer or something in this.
He's a Navy guy who they hired to be a dinosaur whisperer for some reason.
That doesn't make any sense.
They just basically somehow he's like, yeah, I guess I'm good at Navy stuff, so I'm also gonna
I'm good at boats, also dinosaurs.
Boats. What'd you put on your application? Special skills, boats, dinosaurs. They're like, that guy's hired.
They're like, yeah, I mean, who has dinosaur skills these days? Really hard to find, you guys.
I mean, anybody can, create a spreadsheet, but can you talk to a dinosaur?
Yeah. Can you use a little clicky to get a bunch of dinosaurs to talk to you? Yeah,
exactly. So there's a whole bunch of that going on, and then there's I don't know if it's really a spoiler, but shit goes sideways, and a bunch of
It's pretty much like the first movie. There's kids lost in the jungle. There's people who have to go get them.
Yeah.
The dinosaurs are out.
Yeah.
And then they come to where the people are.
But there's this thing where and I'm just going to say this much, it's not really a spoiler, it's just a thing that, because it's probably in the trailer, but the pterodactyls get loose.
Yeah.
and they start like picking people up and throwing them around.
They would do that.
I don't know if they would do that either, but apparently they're hungry for flesh.
Obviously, me, an expert in pterodactyls. No, I have no idea. I just don't think that would be.
Well, we might have to ask the dinosaur expert in our book this week. So
is there? There is a dinosaur expert in our book this week.
We'll get to that, but however, but that's the thing because so all the pterodactyls they just go around.
We're gonna just kill all these people.
They start killing all these people, and then they just fly off, and I'm like, we need to see the rest of the movie, like the Jurassic World 2, where it's like, holy shit, there's pterodactyls all over across the world.
They have to be.
And they're killing everybody.
They have to be. Like, I can't even go outside my apartment. The pterodactyl comes and swoops up.
Well, you don't know. I mean, there's only so many pterodactyls. There's not, maybe there's like 50 pterodactyls.
Well, I mean, they're probably going to breed.
Oh, no.
Because that was the whole thing in the first movie, Jurassic Park, where they were like, oh, we made them all female, don't worry about it. Oh, except we used amphibian DNA, and amphibians can change their sex if there's a scarcity.
Oh.
So if there's too many females, some of them will actually become males, so there can be enough, and then they can breed.
Well, they better hurry up and kill all those pterodactyls.
Yep.
You gotta find them all.
Yep.
Like Pokemon.
Yeah.
But for pterodactyls.
So if they are still using that, then they can go ahead and change and start having babies.
I hope that's a sequel. That has to be the sequel. Because, I mean, if I was like the people that survived that island, I'd be like, but there's pterodactyls back home. Like, I don't know what happened to them. Did you get them all? No? No answer for me? Yeah, we're fucked. It's like the end of the Transformers movie when, like, sorry, it doesn't matter if I spoil it.
I don't think it matters if you spoil it, but there might be some people out there who actually care about Transformers.
Well, I mean, I
don't.
I'll be nice. Okay. I'll let people see it for themselves.
That's very nice of you.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, but basically,
you get to the end and you're like, how is anything still working?
Because like everything at the end is like Optimus Prime's like everything is great, guys, and everybody.
Like, no,
and then like you got me in the audience just shouting at everybody, being like, no, dude, it's not.
No, it's
not. You ruined life.
Yeah. Like, literally, our planet would be seriously fucked.
You ruined life for the sake of your dumb planet.
Yeah, and they continue going on. You're like, no, like, Earth wouldn't work anymore. Yeah. Just FYI on that.
Earth doesn't work. That should be the next one. Transformers 1 million.
6 or whatever.
Transformers, they're at 6. Transformers 6. Earth doesn't work anymore.
Nope, it sure doesn't. It needs a mechanic.
It needs a mechanic, and that mechanic is Cade Yeager. Hey, bro.
What are you doing, bro?
Hey, bro, I got a wrench.
He called that girl bro.
Well, he calls everybody bro.
Fuck that guy. Anyway.
I'm Cade Yeager, and I got a wrench. I'm going to fix the Earth.
Oh, God.
I'm going to go down to the Earth like in that movie, The Core. Remember The Core? Remember Aaron Eckhart? He died in that movie.
Do you think Cade Yeager believes The Core is valid science?
Yes, 100% he does. There's gonna be a scene in that
stands up to scrutiny.
There's gonna be a scene in that movie where he's watching The Core.
He's gonna be like, "Oh, that's right, the core is spinning and it's hollow."
And in a special cameo, Michael Bay shows up and goes, "Yeah, I got that script. I didn't like it." God. And then Cade Yeager's like, "That's a sweet movie, bro. You should have done what? What are you doing here? Who are you? Are you the real life Michael Bay? Hey, can you make a transfer? You should make a movie about these guys."
God. Oh, God. You mean he's going to write himself, into the movie, and then Michael Bay becomes part of the Transformers universe?
And they make a Transformers movie.
And then you watch him making the first one inside of the sixth one?
Yes.
Oh, man. That's like some Inception shit.
Oh, man. I don't know if the Transformers movies are smart enough for that. I don't know if they're willing to go that hardcore.
Well, considering that the Earth would be destroyed at the end of Transformers 5, I'm going to go with no.
You know, it doesn't matter. I lost my wrench. I can't save the Earth now.
Fuck.
Bro. All right. Well, I could do that voice all day.
I know. I'm so proud of you.
There's so many other people that do it better than me, but I enjoy doing a Mark Wahlberg.
Everyone enjoys a good Mark Wahlberg impression.
I would highly recommend any episode of Dumb People Town where Mr. Dan Van Kirk does it. He is fantastic. And also the We Hate Movies when they're doing talk about Mark Wahlberg movies.
Any Mark Wahlberg movie.
Mark Wahlberg jokes. I mean,
they're never gonna get old.
They'll never get old, and I don't know if I've never met the guy. I don't know if he's nice.
What are you gonna do? What if you start talking like him? You know, like how sometimes people
like, "Hey, Jen, look, it's Mark Wahlberg." He's like, "Hey, bro, what are you pointing at me for?"
No. I mean, like sometimes, and they say it's a sign of people who are empathetic. If you were talking to somebody from a different part of the world and they have an accent, sometimes you'll take it on without realizing it.
Oh, so I would he would start talking to me, and I would start talking like him.
Yeah. What if you started doing a Mark Wahlberg impression? to Mark Wahlberg without realizing it.
You know what
Then
movie?
he would punch you in the face.
One time, me and my sister, we watched the movie Fear. My dad told us to stop watching it because you were messing around with Reese Witherspoon. What? Yeah, that was a weird movie, bro.
Wait, what is that movie?
Fear.
I've never seen it.
You never wait. I told you about Fear. So Fear's the movie.
Probably.
Okay, so Fear's the movie where Mark Wahlberg and Mark Wahlberg's like hanging, like he's like a bad boy, like one of those like bad dudes who like just graduate. You know, he didn't go to school, but he's already out of like he can't go back to school.
Oh, he's one of those. You didn't graduate, but we.
Yeah, like he's definitely got a vocational degree,
yeah.
and like he's got that, and that's all he's ever gonna do.
Go get your GED, please.
Yeah, but he hasn't done that yet. So he's just a bad dude hanging out with other bad dudes. One of the dudes has a ponytail and the beard. It's the late mid-90s, so
yeah.
somebody looks like that, and he goes to a party. They go to a party or like a club or something. But what the story is about. Fucking what's her face?
Reese Witherspoon.
And Alyssa Milano is her friend.
Okay.
And they, Alyssa Milano's really hot for his ponytail friend, so she's like, well, I guess I'll hang out with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
And Mark Wahlberg, Mark Wahlberg starts like, getting fresh with her because she's still like a young girl, like a youngish girl.
Okay.
And also William Peterson's her father, the Gil from CSI.
Gil.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's there, and and then this shit's just thrown sideways because William Peterson's like, stop seeing my daughter, and he's like, bro, I love your daughter,
Oh, and then he starts stalking her.
He starts stalking her, and he starts like, because he starts getting real fresh with her, and you for some reason get to see all of it or see a bunch of it, and like that was the part where it was a New Year's Day, and for some reason, all me and my brother, so I'm just 97, 96, so, I'm 15, 16, my sister's, of 8, like, the movie's rated R.
Right.
And
your parents didn't seem to have much of a, they didn't care about rated
R. But I
R.
felt like at this moment, they were like, my dad walks in, he
it
goes,
was sex stuff.
Yeah, he's like, Brian and Mark, leave the room. Brian's like, and my brother's just like, I don't fucking care, I don't give a shit. And I remember this distinctly because my sister had to watch this movie in the middle of the day on New Year's Day, She's like, my sister's just like, I just want to watch this movie. Mark Wahlberg's there, getting fresh, and it's just, it's awkward. It's awkward. It's one of those, what are you watching? It's very much that. It was just a very awkward situation. And I was like, old enough, because my dad would. Here's the thing, because you're right. My dad.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine your dad
has shown me many of Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th movie.
I was gonna say I can't see him giving much of a fuck, but maybe it was just too sexual for people who were younger.
Yeah, and I just felt like he was just like, yeah, this is awkward, and my sister's just like, whatever, stupid movie. And so I'm watching this stupid movie, and then at one point he. Mark Wahlberg, because he's banished from seeing Reese Witherspoon, and he he's crazy, and he's gonna go start beating the shit out of William Peterson, and cuts off his dog's head, which is really, it's actually really disturbing because they cut off his dog's head, and they're like. Because the kids, there's a little boy, and he's like calling the dog, and then they're like, and so somebody starts sticking to see the dog's head start coming through, and it's like, oh, it's our dog, and the dog's head just falls through the dog door.
No.
Yeah, they're doing that in this movie.
Horrible.
We're doing that in Fear with Mark Wahlberg.
Wow, that just sounds like a winner.
And then later, probably the best scene in that movie,
Mark Wahlberg explodes.
No, I wish
he dies in prison.
Update.
You guys, if you watch Unsolved Mysteries,
for heaven's sake, don't date this man.
The best part of the updates where it's like they died in prison, and Sean and I fucking cheer like we were at a racetrack.
Oh yeah,
we're like, yay!
Yeah, for fucking horrible people dying in prison. Yeah,
that's terrible.
Serving their time and then dying.
Yep.
But then at one point, Mark Wahlberg, he decides to give himself a tattoo on his chest to commemorate his relationship with this girl, with Reese Witherspoon. Her name is Nicole.
Okay.
So what he does is he takes a bunch of ink, like a bunch of pens, just pulls them all out, with all the little pens, and just writes Nicole forever on his chest in ink.
Just in ink.
Just in ink.
But he doesn't put a pen in it, like a pin.
No. Yeah, I think he just kind of blows the ink out and just gets it really on there.
That's not a tattoo.
That's what I remember him doing.
That's a temporary.
I haven't seen the movie in a long time, so I don't know if he actually does if it's one of those Samoan tattoos and he has the
not
rock
only that, but prison tattoos and shit. You just get something sharp.
Yeah, he gives himself his own prison tattoo that is not very good. I have to find that. Maybe I have to find that scene online and show it to you. No, because it's one of, because it's like, it's before. What was his breakout?
Oh, I don't know.
Did he have he had a moment where all of a sudden everybody was like, "Yo, Mark Wahlberg," because it wasn't it was after. This was definitely after Good Vibrations. But before the Apes reboot.
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Anyways, we spent too long talking about Mark Wahlberg.
We really have.
It's I say again. I kind of enjoy doing that voice.
I'm so glad. I'm glad for you, babe.
We'll be back, bro. Staying tight. We'll be back with a comic book.
Batman Nightcast, a thrilling new podcast from the Fire and Water Podcast Network, hosted by Ryan Daly
and Chris Franklin. Nightcast chronicles the Cape Crusaders' adventures in Batman and Detective Comics after Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Highlights from this legendary era include
Batman number 400,
Legends,
Mike Barr and Alan Davis,
Batman Year 1,
Batman Year 2,
Max Allan Collins,
the
new Jason Todd, Millennium?
You're not doing this right. Let me take over. Alan Grant and Norm Brayfogle.
Alan Grant from Jurassic Park?
Did you hear me say Norm freaking Brayfogle?
Oh, yeah.
Son of the Demon.
The Killing Joke.
A Death in the Family.
Batman Year 3.
A Lonely Place of Dying.
Alan Grant, Alan Davis, Max Allan Collins. Why are there so many people named Alan from this era of Batman?
The Rise of Tim Drake.
Legends of the Dark Knight.
And that's just up until 1989.
Did anything exciting happen with Batman after that?
You'll have to tune in to find out.
Batman Nightcast, part of the Fire and Water Podcast Network.
Find it on iTunes and at fireandwaterpodcast.com.
Oh, we forgot to mention your favorite issue, when Batman fires Dick Grayson.
You want to find another co-host?
All right, we're back here on Worst Collection Ever. We're going to watch Fear.
All right.
We're going to find it.
Okay.
Because I was just kind of filling in Jenna more of the...
I can't wait.
You brought up this point about how I've only seen it maybe once in my entire life.
Yeah, he's telling me all these scenes. He's like, and then there's this scene, and then there's that scene. I'm like, you've only seen this once. He's like, well, they're memorable scenes.
But why am I such a historian on this movie?
I don't know. You're the world's most historian on Fear the movie.
It's such a garbage movie. What?
You're like, quick, we need somebody who has seen Fear once. Call Sean Merrick.
He knows just enough to keep everybody interested.
We wouldn't want to actually watch the movie. Let's just ask a guy who's seen it.
Let's just we need the Cliff Notes. We need Cliff Notes of the movie Fear.
Will you please write the Cliff Notes version of Fear?
Yes. Yeah, I could do that.
Or you can go on YouTube.
I could write the novelization. Or maybe I can even write maybe sequel. If I can get a sweet artist, I can get like a comic book novelization like they do for Batman Returns, but somebody could draw. I can get like a Rob Liefeld to draw it.
Yeah,
Mark Liefeld has always wanted to draw Mark Wahlberg.
As long as you don't need feet.
There's no feet. He's just like, I got no feet, bro. I'm a mermaid.
I keep standing behind all these bags. And these rock. Why is there a rock in my house? I don't know. I'm standing behind.
Hey, Reese Witherspoon, you got any apple crates I could stand behind?
Also, Reese Witherspoon has no feet. No one in this book has feet.
How come I can never see your feet? I love feet.
Yeah.
What does your big toe look like?
You'll never know.
You never know.
You'll never know.
Because in the comic book adaptation of Fear, Rob Liefeld forgot to draw it. The comic book adaptation of Fear, as written by Sean Merrick.
Yeah.
Penciled by Rob Liefeld and released by Image Comics.
I can't wait. What a fantastic project.
You can meet me at this Comic-Con this year. I'll be signing
Fear the Comic.
I'll be sitting next to Virgil.
Oh, yeah.
WWE superstar Virgil.
I hope you guys will have a lot to talk about.
It'll just be him trying to get $20 for me to get a picture, and I'm just telling him about the movie Fear, and he's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, he's like, you're gonna pay me to take pay me? Right, if you pay me, I'll listen to you talk about this movie.
But he won't really listen. He'll just keep talking.
But hey, it doesn't matter as long as you give him $20.
Yeah. That sounds like a good deal. I don't know if I like this.
No.
That'd be a waste of a booth.
It would. Maybe you can sit outside on the sidewalk.
I don't know.
That's like a novelization of Fear.
I don't know. What if me and Rob worked really hard on
it. Sorry, I don't want to.
We had to keep finding ways to not show feet.
I don't want to diminish your efforts, you and comic book artist Rob Liefeld.
Is this a Mark Wahlberg related property? I'm in, bro.
I've always wanted to not draw his feet.
He's gonna be Cable at one point. He's actually when I thought of, I watched Good Vibrations and Actually, well, he came up. Cable came up for that. Anyway, so
let's start
and something completely unrelated to Mark Wahlberg.
Nothing to do with Mark Wahlberg.
We are doing probably the dumbest book I think we've ever done.
Yep.
And this is saying a lot because we've done some dumb stuff.
We have done some dumb books.
Because
we did Fort Fairlane. That was dumb.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb, but it had dice in it.
It did. It had a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah.
But this is something else. This is next level dumb.
Next level dumb. We are doing Barbie Fashion.
I'm so excited.
Number 31 from July 1990. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's hard to read.
That's tiny.
No, Jesus. Why is it so small? 93.
Okay.
July 1993.
That's right.
First of all, I want
Published by Marvel Comics.
Published by Marvel Comics. Yeah,
Yep.
This is not an independent. This is Marvel Comics.
Yes, it is.
And this is also the second Barbie book in their line, I believe. Because I believe
Yes, they have Barbie and Barbie Fashion.
Barbie and Barbie Fashion, which I don't even know if there's a difference between the two.
I can't imagine there's much of one.
I don't know how there could be. I mean,
Yeah, it doesn't even
you
make
literally
sense.
just need one Barbie book. But they have two.
Make money, man.
I mean, no, yeah, look, I mean, yeah, Barbie's...
I bought this book.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very rich history involving the doll Barbie.
Hey, why don't you kind of explain to the listeners your thoughts on Barbie?
Well, I mean, I love Barbie. I loved Barbie when I was a kid. It was like, because I never played with dolls outside of Barbie. I was not into it. My mom would buy me baby dolls, and I would go, no. I would play with stuffed animals, but I am not playing with dolls. But Barbie was a different story, because Barbie, even when I was a kid, I didn't want to, I didn't really like stories about kids, or if that makes any sense.
No, it makes total sense.
I didn't like
stories about kids are boring.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I was not really into it. I was really into stories about adults, and I couldn't wait to be an adult because then I could do cool shit like Barbie. Barbie has been everything. She's been an astronaut, and a doctor, and a model, and a superstar, and
TV reporter,
and all sorts of every fucking thing. Because the idea is that she is a self-insert character for little girls.
Yeah.
And her whole thing is she's supposed to be happy and wholesome, and everything is great, and Barbie makes friends, and oh my gosh, isn't it cool? But really, when real little girls play with Barbie, dark shit happens, and they make the Barbie and Ken fuck a lot.
Yeah.
So, but yes, I used to spend hours and hours and hours playing Barbie with my sister and our friend Susie, and because Susie had all the Barbie stuff.
Yeah.
Because Barbie has many accessories. We're talking not just clothes and shit. We're talking houses and fucking cars and boats.
Oh, yeah.
And you name it, Barbie fucking has it. And so we would lock ourselves in Susie's extremely hot room and play Barbies for hours on end. And that's literally how I spent a lot of my summers.
Yeah, it sounds like, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like you guys locking yourself in a hot room sounds like...
a yoga thing?
Yeah. So it sounds like, or at least sounds like to me when I remember from the... Again, remembering random things about the Leonard the Skinner behind the music and about how they used to perform, do their stuff, rehearse in the shack by the swamp, and it was hot. Yeah. It was really hot, but instead of creating Southern rock, you were playing with Barbie.
Yeah, and that's exactly what was happening.
Hot.
And that's me and Leonard Skinner have a lot in common.
Yeah. When I think of you, I think of Leonard Skinner.
Who doesn't? I mean, I get that a lot. So the other thing that's important about Barbie, I don't know if it was important, but the other thing that I was going to say is, so Barbie has a rainbow coalition of friends.
Yeah.
All sorts of diversity in this book. But for a very long time, Barbie was only the blonde one.
Right.
So you couldn't have, it could be a friend. A redhead would be Midge. Mm-hmm. And ow!
Our cat just
Sorry, I just got bit.
He's in our spot where we keep our comic.
Yeah, hi. How are you? But so the redhead would be Midge, and the brunette was always Whitney, and you couldn't be Barbie if you had different colored hair or different skin tone.
Yeah.
So I always thought that was bullshit. So when I was a young girl, when I was about 8 probably, I made what I thought was a very feminist stance, and I said, I will not play with blonde Barbies anymore because none of them look like me. And I then, from that point forward, requested brunette Barbies exclusively.
Well, but it was just her friends they weren't called Barbie.
Yeah, so I was always getting Whitneys. Until there was a point in the 90s that now there's brunette Barbies and black Barbies and whatever.
Yeah, Barbie could
that are called Barbie. But I got Whitney's for a very long time.
What's Barbie's last name?
I don't know if she actually has one. She might have one, but I don't know it. She has no parents either.
No, she definitely has no parents.
So yeah, let's talk about Barbie. I'm sure all the dudes listening to this
Barbie Fashion.
are so excited to talk about Barbie Fashion.
Hey, you know what?
I bought like 5 of these. I was so happy.
We cover the gamut.
We do.
When it comes to comic books and stuff like that. And look, if nobody else is covering Barbie fashion or anything in our I don't know if they are. Maybe
there's what we do.
Maybe there's some random podcast that's doing that, and I hopefully, more power to you. I mean, shit, you could carve yourself a really good niche if you just covered Barbie comics. I'm certain there's Barbie podcasts out there.
There has to be. Barbie is very
I'm going to have to find it. I have to look that up and see.
I'm certain there is. Barbie's very big. There's a lot of collectors.
Hopefully they're going to hate this.
Oh, well, yes, they are.
Because we're going to
talk about it.
It's just
Let's
dumb.
just talk about
There's just a lot of dumb. Well, first of all, let's talk about the cover.
Barbie's on the ugliest couch.
Oh yeah, she's got ugly taste and everything.
Yeah, no, Barbie has always been tacky. There's like a lot of flowers and there's curtains that match it, and she's like sitting there looking pretty with all of her hair, and she's looking through her memory book.
Memory book by Barbie.
By Barbie.
And I want to point out, and I just kind of noticed this. She has a table here with a
hot cocoa.
Intense hot cocoa.
Yep.
And a plate of cookies.
Yes.
Which I call horse shit on, because if you look like Barbie, you ain't touching a carb.
No.
Ever.
Barbie does not touch carbs.
So, Barbie is just drinking kale. Like, it just be a bowl of kale.
That's all she does. She's one of those juice people.
She is regular as fuck.
Yeah, well, she has to be.
Yeah, she has to be.
She's very, very thin.
Yeah.
And at this point, she had huge cans. She no longer has the huge cans. Did you know this? You don't see them, but like the actual doll had.
Oh yeah. No, yeah.
You remember Barbie? They're not made that way anymore.
Yeah, no, they made them.
So like, if you are going to take one of my old Barbies, which I still have in my parents' attic, by the way, which we're going to have to get one day, and try to dress her in new Barbie fashions, they ain't going to fit.
Oh, okay.
What you're like?
Now I'm just imagining you being like, "Mom, I need to get my Barbies," and then
I'm gonna get my Barbies one day.
Putting them up in
I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with them, but I'm
sell them to Waylon Smithers.
I still have them. Some of them. I don't have all of them.
So Barbie Fashion, number 31. It is a story called The Memory Book Part 2.
Oh man, so we missed Part 1.
Part 1. I am lost.
Oh, I know.
We actually here's the thing. We actually have the issue before this,
and it's not the memory book.
But it's not the memory book, so
I don't know.
Maybe she forgot.
Yeah,
she forgot to look at her own memory book.
She probably did.
So anyway, we start
with Skipper, who is Barbie's sister. Who are their parents? We do not know.
That's fine.
They have no parents. They just sort of exist. And Skipper is home, and she's like, Barbie, I don't. So
Skipper is Barbie's sister.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she says, I don't feel well, even though it's beautiful outside. I really don't feel well. What should I do? Indoors all day because I'm bored. Now this is before the phones and the
this is before anything. And apparently they don't have cable.
Yeah, there's no TV.
I don't even see a TV.
There is no TV.
I just see a stereo.
Which is weird because Barbie definitely has TVs. Many.
Well, she's on a TV for Christ's sakes.
So Barbie's like, hey, Skipper, she's like literally, Barbie's the poster girl for capitalism. She has everything.
Yes, she does.
Every fucking thing. And there's always an outfit to go with it or a fucking accessory to go with it. I really think the entire purpose of Barbie is just to get little girls interested in buying shit when they get older.
Yeah, get them used to spending that cash.
Spending that cash on bullshit. Anyway, so Barbie's like, hey, Skipper, I have a real fun idea. How about we just look at pictures of me?
Yeah.
Barbie is that person where you go over to their house, they're like, do you want to see my 9,000 pictures from my trip to wherever? And you're like, no.
So me and Jim, we went to this, and this is great, and this was great, and this was great.
This is like back in the day when people had slideshows.
Well, that slideshows, they had books. You had to actually pull out the pictures and look at them.
And you had to sit there and everybody would pass them around the table and be like, oh, wow.
Ain't no DVDs. Or not, she doesn't even have VHS going on. She doesn't have like a video and be like, yeah, why don't we just watch like this promotional video I made?
Yeah. There's like many times when my dad would be like, I was working on this project. Here's a bunch of pictures of like pipes.
Yeah.
And like other engineers would come over and be very impressed by these fucking pipes. And he'd be like, you want to see it? I'm like, no.
Yeah, so it's a pipe.
Thanks, Dad. I don't know what it is. It's just pipes.
Are there cats in those pipes?
No, there was nothing. It was just pictures of pipes.
I want to point out a few things here. So Skipper is sitting in this chair, and she's wearing, I don't know what you think of this shirt. She's wearing like a shirt that's just a bunch of roses on it. Like it's a white shirt. It's pretty ugly. It looks like a shirt that for somebody that's into fashion.
It looks like a shirt an old woman.
Oh no, yes, it's exactly. It's an old woman's shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in the 90s too, so I mean,
This is your Aunt Ida or whatever.
Yeah.
70-something-year-olds just hanging out in the backyard.
Yeah.
On 4th of July shirt.
I also want to point out too, I thought for a second here, whatever this thing is
did
here.
you think it was a pentagram?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah, it's like a weird little statue. Yes, it is the pentagram. Barbie worships Satan.
She is worshiping the Dark Lord.
Of course she is. She's Barbie.
The spinner of lies. So, anyways, we started off with this book, and she's like, hey, Barbie, here's that time you went to Hollywood.
Yeah, here's a picture.
I also do want to point out her hair is covering the D, so it looks like Holly Woo.
Oh, she went to Hollywood.
She went to Hollywood.
Like
we got to take a picture of this.
BoJack Horseman.
I think we need to take a picture of this and send it to...
just tag BoJack Horseman.
Yeah, tag BoJack and PFT and all the people.
She did. Barbie went to Hollywood.
She straight up went to Hollywood.
She did. She's going to go hang out with fucking Mr. Peanut Butter. And
actually, I would like to see that. Because if we're crossing fictional universes,
we might as well at this point.
If you want to straight up,
imagine Barbie trying to be friends with everybody and BoJack just being BoJack?
Oh, it would be awful. She'd be terrified. She probably would. This is probably where it would break her when she would see all the humans and the animal people.
I think nothing ever breaks Barbie. I think the reason for that is she has an overwhelming naivete.
Well, I guess that's a good way to live. I guess,
and just a belief in the good of people, which she should never have.
Yeah.
She's too happy and too good-hearted.
Well,
so she's saying, oh yeah, so when I went to Hollywood, my friend showed up who was wearing a hat like she was 6 from Blossom, and she was like, hey Barbie, Christy
shows up. Hollywood again. I just like Barbie at home.
Yeah,
just looking like fucking awesome.
Just wearing ridiculous.
She drinking wine here? Is that wine?
No, Barbie doesn't drink wine.
Oh, it's a soda. Okay, for a second I thought that was a glass.
Barbie's drinking soda. She's wearing high heels because she's wearing like a coat vest.
Yeah, she's wearing.
I guess I don't know what she's wearing.
She's dressed like she's.
There's a lot of hair.
Yeah.
Christy shows up in her hat and she's like, hey Barbie, by the way, I sent your picture into I saw an ad in Actors Magazine.
I read in Actors Magazine that
Actors Magazine,
which is also sold next to Fireman Magazine.
Yes.
And
Police Magazine. And
Accountant
Magazine.
And if you're a Todd Berry fan, Amazing Comedian Magazine. I'll let you look that one up. I'm not going to do the joke.
No, you got to look that one up.
It's good stuff. But she apparently read it, and that Rob Steiner, I'm going to imagine this is a Rob.
Wrestler?
Well, that's the thing I immediately thought. I go, because, and this is the weird thing. So the wrestler Rick Steiner.
Yes.
His real name is Rob Rick Steiner.
Oh, okay.
But it's like Reich Steiner or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it's almost as if it's
him. So this is a wrestling universe as well.
Yes, and WCW did publish their comic with Marvel Comics. So this is a shared universe as well.
This could be a crossover.
We're talking crossover here. And
I would like to see someone body slam Barbie.
I want to see Barbie try out for Glow. She could do that.
She's that blonde lady in Glow.
She is, yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Well, here's the thing. She
without being married to fucking Harry from Mad Men.
Ew.
I'm sure that actor's a very nice guy, but god damn it,
I'm sure Rich Summer sounds like a delightful man who I've heard on many
gentleman.
I've heard on many podcasts, but
Fuck Harry Crane
and this guy, and it's just like when he shows up in this show. And it's just
every character he ever plays, I feel bad for him. Like Rich Summer, every character he plays is just a fucking douchebag.
Just not so much a douchebag, just like oh man, this guy sucks. Like this guy like you somebody look at somebody and just go, this guy sucks.
Yeah, he's that guy who sucks.
And here's the thing, like if he came out, if WWE brought out Harry Crane as a get like as Rick Summer as Harry Crane or as this guy from the show, and it's brought him out, it's like it's Rob Summer, like it's seriously if they announced it was Rich Summer as his character from
that guy's
Glow,
name is,
I forgot whatever his name is. I would run from wherever seat I was in the top to so I can get as far as I possibly can to the railing to boo him louder. I would go hoarse. He would have so much heat with me. I cannot tell you. I don't know why. I don't know why.
He's just the worst.
If you introduced a character like that today, I don't know.
I don't know why every time he comes on screen, I'm just like, oh no.
It's kind of like,
again, I'm sure he's like into board games and shit. I'm sure he's a cool dude.
I'm not saying that Rich Summer, delightful man.
And he plays the worst people.
Same goes for fuck, what am I blanking on her name?
Oh, what's her name? The wife of what's his face?
Is it Tessa? No.
Are you talking about what's his face's wife who plays that bitch?
Jackson's wife from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, Tara. Yeah.
Tara.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would boo the shit out of her.
I absolutely.
She is the biggest fucking drag.
If you ever watch Sons of Anarchy, literally her character makes no sense. You are a brilliant surgeon, and you're fucking around with this felon who went to jail like 1,000,000 times and who's still involved in criminal activity. Are you fucking kidding me? And she doesn't even have a drug problem.
Yeah, let's not even.
She had a drug problem anyway.
Let's not even get into.
Sorry.
Yeah, we can't.
We're talking about Barbie. We're not talking about how much we hate other characters.
Well, there's not a lot of substance in this Barbie, so we kind of have to fill it in.
This is like an anthology.
Also another character, so actually comic book related that I intensely dislike, Foggy Nelson from the Daredevil TV show.
No, you don't like that guy.
Netflix. I just see his face and I'm just like, fuck you. I know that he's got arc and they're trying to do things with his character and they're trying to actually make things work.
He was like the only one who made any sense on the second season.
I know.
But at the same time, you're still like, fuck that guy.
I know, but I'm just like, fuck you. I had that too with the brother in Get Out. Remember we watched Get Out last night? We actually watched that too.
Oh yeah, her brother. Yeah,
Allison Williams' brother, in that thing. I mean, if you haven't seen the movie,
that like hipster fuck.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
That guy sucked.
Oh man,
that guy sucked.
If him and Rich Summer and Foggy Nelson and Tara were stable in the WWE, holy shit, I would lose my goddamn mind. I don't know why. I would just lose it. I would just be like, why is that man so mad? And they would have to commit me.
Like, boo!
I would be so mad to be like, why? I was like, yeah, whatever, he sucks. I was like, no, fuck him.
Sean's throwing shit. You're doing Alex Jones. You're so angry you're ripping your own shirt off. You're like, God damn it! Ah! So angry, must be topless. Okay, calm down.
He's with full Jones. Don't go full Jones.
Never go full Jones. So anyway, so Barbie gets her friend's like, hey, I sent your picture into this guy and he thinks he wants to see you, which that's never good.
Again, naivete.
Exactly.
We're just letting this slide where you send in a picture to a director and the director goes, hey, I'm going to email back your friend and then why don't you tell your friend I want to see her?
Yeah. Put her on a goddamn plane and send her to Hollywood.
Here's the thing. She says, I booked you a plane ticket or you got booked a plane ticket, but she flies
on Barbie Airlines
on her own goddamn plane.
I know.
How do you not? I mean, how?
I don't know.
Does that mean that Richard Branson has to be like?
I got to make sure there's seats available on my private jet.
If Richard Branson walks onto a plane and goes, "Can I sit on this?" onto a Virgin plane, and he goes, "Can I sit on one of these seats?" And
or just his own private jet. That's what it is. It's Barbie's fucking private jet, and she's like, I need a ticket to go on my private jet.
Who else is flying Barbie Airlines?
I assume
of her
friends, her coalition of friends, her United Benetton friends.
I want to imagine it's just a bunch of women that look like Barbie. Just a bunch of Barbie. Like a bunch of clones.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way that she can do all this stuff.
Yeah, well, it has to. I mean, that's why there's so many of her. So she goes to Hollywood and she walks up to the director's door and she knocks and it's like some dude with like cool Beatles glasses from the 60s is like, hey, we've been expecting you, Barbie. Come on in with all these other actresses just sitting around. And this is why it's good nothing bad ever happens in the Barbie universe, because this is like a recipe to be sexually assaulted. Mm-hmm. But luckily that doesn't happen. This is a legit on the level thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Barbie makes it through all these auditions, and then it's just down to her and an actress looks like Demi Moore.
Yeah, she looks a lot. Yeah, very much Demi Moore.
Very Demi Moore.
We're talking ghost Demi Moore.
Yeah, and so the Demi Moore lady is like, "Oh, I need this role, so I'm gonna fuck with Barbie.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put water in her hairspray." So she doesn't look good, so she won't get the audition. And I'm like, all right. So next day, Barbie's like spraying her hair, and it's like, oh, it's going limp. Oh, I'll just see this is Barbie again. Doesn't have any idea that it was like, she never panics about anything. She never sweats the small stuff. She's just like, I'll just put my hair in a ponytail. It'll be cool. And that's exactly what she does. And the director's like, yeah, that's what I needed. I needed a ponytail.
Yeah, he's in the ponytail, Mr. Rob
Yeah.
Steiner.
And that
Or something,
actress
Rob Reiner.
is sad.
The
So
actress
I
is
guess Barbie doesn't just go to Hollywood. She gets the lead role in a movie.
Lead role in the movie that we don't really know much about. But it has
and-
something to do with Brad living on a ranch.
Yeah.
I also want to say her here that some reason she gets a call back because the guy's like, I really like your ponytail, but in here she has like Lita Ford hair.
Yeah.
In the first part.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
she also has on 3 different outfits.
Well, it's different days.
Oh, is it different
Also,
days?
very important, Barbie always has to change outfits. Barbie does not wear the same outfit for any reason whatsoever.
Right.
There is always an outfit. So we go back to Skipper and Barbie, and they're like, oh, man, what happened to that actress? She's like, oh, she learned a lesson, and now she's a famous actress in Hollywood.
No, she's
I'm like,
not.
what about the fact that you were the lead actress in a movie? Like, how'd that go? Can we talk about it?
Yeah,
Like,
how'd that go? Did you?
No, we're just not going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the time you taught someone a
It made
lesson.
$3 at the box office. It literally made $3.
And why aren't you still an actress now, or are you still an actress? And how is any of this working?
Do we have SAG insurance?
Right? Because I'd really like to go see a doctor. Skipper is dying.
Is Skipper dying?
Skipper's dying. She's really sick right now, and Barbie's forcing her to look at all these pictures.
Oh, that's right. She
Instead
is
of
sick.
taking her to urgent care.
Oh, they should have took her to urgent care and used their SAG insurance.
Right?
Oh,
She's got her SAG card.
yeah, she does.
I'm sure if she is Skipper's legal guardian, then she can be a dependent.
Yeah,
So what the fuck, Barbie?
yeah. What the fuck? Stop hoarding your insurance, Barbie.
So then they're
Oh, she has a cat. What's her cat's name?
cat. I have no idea.
No. Okay. There's no
Precious, maybe? I don't...
Well, the dog's name is Fluffy.
Yeah, maybe Whiskers. It's very generic cat name. Then they're like, what about this picture, Barbie, where you're standing next to your pink car and a fucking crazy woman who looks like she's cosplaying as Rambo?
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's an old woman who literally looks like she's dressed as Rambo.
She is the mother of a GI Joe
She is absolutely
because
the
she is
mother of a
wearing
G.I.
she's
Joe.
wearing like a hippie shirt. She looks like basically B. Arthur.
Yep.
And she's got a hippie shirt on. She's got a red scarf tied around her head.
Yep.
Like Rambo.
Yep.
And she's got army fatigue pants and like high top sneakers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. This woman is
And
crazy.
apparently her name is so Barbie took this picture with this woman.
Yeah. Who took this picture, by the way?
I don't know, the
I don't
insurance
know.
adjuster, because as we find out. So Barbie says, like,
They're like, who's that woman? She's like, this is Pearl.
She got a Band-Aid on her head. So what happens was, like, Barbie's like, oh, well, though, what happened there was I was pulling out of my parking spot, and
I got hit by an old woman.
Miss Rambo backed into me,
Yeah.
and she got injured. And she's like, oh, I'm a terrible driver.
Yeah.
And
So Barbie, apparently she got so injured that she had to go to the hospital
She has
because
a
they
bump on her forehead.
ride in the ambulance together.
Yeah, well,
Where Barbie's like, it's okay.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry about your car. Barbie's like, nah. Again.
does your Medicare cover this?
Yeah. Barbie doesn't give two fucks about
Oh,
anything.
She called an ambulance. She's like, don't call an ambulance. You have
Yeah. Yeah. This lady's eating cat food because she can't afford medication. And you're fucking.
Oh, look at her. She's wearing army pants, for
That's the
Christ's
thing.
sake.
All she had to wear was her son's clothes. Have some pants.
Hey.
And so this woman's like, oh, I'm too old to drive. And then Skipper's like, well, what happened? And she's like, look at the next picture. And there's a picture of this woman on a fucking motorcycle out of World War II.
Yeah, she's riding a freaking Triumph. Like she's fucking Chris Pine and Wonder Woman or
Yeah,
some shit.
and that's exactly what it is. And they're like, oh my God, what happened? She's like, Pearl went back to driving school. And now she drives a car and a motorcycle. And I'm like, at the same time?
Yeah. Well, so she went from not being a good driver to being able to drive two dangerous vehicles,
Things, yes.
including a motorcycle, which I am almost certain
She's died. She died.
Yeah.
Right after this picture was taken, she died.
I like
She wiped out and just like flew into a building and exploded.
her. There's nothing left but just camo pants.
There's a piece of camo pant just like slowly drifting through the air as
Yeah.
it falls to the ground.
I do like
R.I.P.
Pearl.
Pearl.
Skipper, like she screams. Like she's like, oh my God, like,
Yeah. Oh my God, like literally screams because probably she's like, oh my God, why did you let the woman who can't even drive a car drive a motorcycle?
well, what's happening is that
Just terrible things.
so
So the next picture is of Barbie and Ken standing near a bunch of dinosaur bones.
also, yeah.
By the way, Ken in overalls is just... He is the most sexless being
Yeah, he is.
that has ever been.
This is a sexless couple. I'm sorry.
They are a sexless couple. They're
I
like...
can't get hard.
Newsflash: Sean can't get hard for Barbie and Ken. But that's the thing; they've always had this like very weird, almost brother and sister relationship, even though they're supposed to be boyfriend.
I
and
don't know. The
girlfriend.
commercials always would be like, it's like, Barbie's getting ready, and Ken's here to take her on a dance. Barbie, you did it.
Yeah, you remember all those? Oh,
Yeah.
those commercials were so great. I love them so much.
Yeah.
They're on YouTube. Sometimes I watch them. They're so good.
You're like me with like G.I. Joes.
Yeah, I just loved them where it was like, time for Barbie to go ice dancing. And it was like, Barbie is dancing and here comes Ken. They always had like a song, right? Oh, it was so good.
Like, here comes Ken. He's got a flared vest, or something.
Oh, man, her skirt changes colors.
Yes, it
wow, Barbie.
Yeah, it did.
I love those commercials.
So I also want to point out, fucking Skipper's yelling again. Barbie, what's this picture? What do you think? What do you think it is? It's a picture of her
She's
with
probably
her boyfriend and her dog, and there's a bunch of bones there.
She's probably, because Skipper has probably been like, why are you with Ken? He does not have a penis. Like, literally does not. He has a little bump where a penis should be.
I've seen him. I once I walked in on the bathroom and he was just sitting on the toilet, just staring straight ahead, not doing anything. And I was like, oh, I thought you were done. He's like, I am. Stands up, walks out.
That's exactly how you play Barbies too, by the way. You just set them down to it, and they just sit there and smile, and it's like really fucking creepy. And you're like, they're going to the bathroom, and then sometimes if they have straight arms, because they're straight arms, and they have better ones now, but when I was a kid, they had straight arms. And bent arms, they're like the elbows at a 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
So if you ever had like a straight arm Ken, if he was gonna try to like pick up Barbie, he just looks like a fucking Frankenstein with his arms out. And
Was there ever a Frankenstein Ken?
There should be, but I don't think so. I mean, there might have been for like Halloween, but like his arms would be straight out. So, like, if you sit him on the toilet and his knees didn't really bend, so you just be like...
I think it could be the kind of bend his knees, because they had kind of...
Just a little
They had, like, those joints in them that you can bend a little bit.
Yeah, it depended on the doll, too, because sometimes you'd get a Barbie or a Ken whose knees didn't bend that well. And then that looks fucking weird when you're trying to make them sit. So they're at, like, an archaeological dig with some guy in Montana.
Oh, this is the... what's this? I just saw that stupid Dr. Hammond.
This is Dr. Hammond from Jurassic Park. He's looking for bones.
Oh, he's looking for bones.
Again, a tie-in. Look at this. Shared universe.
This is right before Jurassic Park. Because then all of a sudden Sam Neill shows up.
Yeah.
And,
and so they're like, well, I don't think we're going to find anything in this stupid hole in the ground that we're digging in. By the way, where we're looking in Montana is very green. It's not that shitty place that Sam Neill was digging in that desert in the middle of nowhere.
We're just digging in some
this is just this dude's backyard.
Some dude's backyard.
Yeah. It's like if you look up, you can see his pool. And like his wife being like, why are you digging?
You're gonna put all that back, right?
Right. You're gonna fix that, right?
You're gonna fix that, right? Yeah.
And he's like, we haven't found anything but this old boot. And I'm like, what? So he's like, all right, well, let's give up.
This
let's
old boot. What's the swastika doing on this boot? It's worth so much. I'm gonna sell it.
Let's go give it to the museum.
Let's go give it to some dumb collector. It's at the flea market.
Yeah,
or something.
go sell it at the flea market.
Oh, he's selling that at the dirt market. He's selling that boot.
Go be the weird guy.
He's selling like, oh, it's a World War. It's a Nazi boot. And he's like, no.
It's just, sir, you drew that swastika.
So you drew it, and you drew it,
pen,
and you drew it the wrong way.
That's the one that means like peace and love or whatever. You gotta draw it the other way.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, this isn't authentic.
So they're like, all right, let's climb out of this stupid hole and go dig up another one in
I
the
wish they got
backyard.
stuck.
Well, he's gonna go dig another one in his backyard. Really piss his wife off.
I wish they got stuck and died. They had to eat each other, and his wife just
Barbie,
comes in.
what's this picture? That's the time Ken and I died.
That's the time we ate that old man.
That's the time we had to go full daughter party. We cooked that old man good.
Ooh, man, was
that delicious and nutritious.
Wasn't that that was a rare variant, wasn't it? The Donner Party Barbie.
Yes, Donner Party Barbie. Comes with like pieces of like hands and shit.
Oh man, she has fall away flesh. She's like, Barbie's flesh fell off. She's ready for the party.
You can cook with Barbie, and then you just put her in a giant pot, and she's just smiling, and she like goes in a circle.
So anyway, so
they're like, okay, well, we're gonna give up on this hole, and she's like,
we're just giving up.
He's like, let's go dig another hole, and she's like, let me get my dog. Sure, but the dog's not in the tent, and she's like, where's my dog? And he's in Is he in the same hole they just came out of, or is he in
I think there's different holes.
This guy's really fucked up his yard.
Oh, he sure has.
And
Or he's fucked up somebody's yard.
I'm gonna go with his. So the dog's digging, and the dog finds a bone. And the dog is the same color as the dirt, so it's hard to tell what she's holding.
There's a scene over here where she's like, "Where's my dog?" And I'm like, "I don't see your dog. I think your dog's dead." And
Yeah,
I don't know what's right there.
it's a ghost dog.
Ghost dog.
I can see through the hologram of my dog. So he finds a bone, and they're like, "Oh my god!" So they start digging, and they're like, "Oh wow, there's bones here."
For some reason, Barbie immediately identifies a bone as like, "That's a strange bone."
But not only that,
So your dog's like, "Bitch, have you ever seen a human femur?"
I think that dog just ate somebody.
No, you did.
I think that's what's going on.
Yeah, you ate.
But instead of doing what you're supposed to do, which is get the people out there to make casts and do very detailed work, they just start throwing these bones on the fucking grass. They're like, look at all the bones we found.
Wow, these are bones. This definitely is not the remains of.
Yeah, this is not a sanctioned dig.
Sanctioned dig.
This is just some fucking old guy. So they put everything in fucking hefty bags, and they
first of all, look, if it's just these three, we're talking these 3 bags.
Yeah.
And then you have these gigantic bones.
They're longer than Barbie, and they're all just smashed. They broke them in half.
Well,
maybe
maybe there's more bags.
Maybe
somewhere
in the car.
Yeah, I guess.
So they
I guess they fit an entire dinosaur in the car.
Yeah, and they go over to.
So yeah, I know. As you can see here, I just point out Ed Begley Jr.
Yeah,
helping out, as well as
the chick from Get Out.
Another Get Out reference. The
one who played the maid.
The maid from Get Out.
Yeah.
They're doing. This is a Get Out universe too. Yeah. See, I told you. Yeah, it's shared universes that we did not know about.
I know Barbie. She encompasses multitudes.
Yeah. Really no wonder she's so popular.
Right.
But they're fixing on this. They're somehow a few weeks later they put together this dinosaur, and apparently it's a dinosaur that
a new one.
Is a new dinosaur that they have yet to discover.
Yeah.
And
so she gets to name it.
And because her dog found it. Well, they go, congratulations, since you discovered this dinosaur. She didn't discover shit.
The dog did.
The dog did. The dog needs to name the dinosaur, but they let Barbie name it.
And she picks the worst name for a dinosaur. She calls it the Fluffosaurus because her dog's name is Fluffy.
Yes, the Fluffosaurus.
Which, what the fuck, man?
But first of all,
that's not a name.
That's not a name. Second,
that indicates that dinosaur is fluffy. There are no fluffy dinosaurs.
No, they're all dead.
Well, they're all dead, first off, but they didn't have any fur.
Yeah. Even the Transformers ones, they didn't have fur on them.
No.
I didn't see no fur on those.
And as we know, Transformers is accurate.
Uh-huh.
Especially when we talk about dinosaurs.
Yeah. But also, the sad reality of this is that you got these 2 other Ed Begley Jr. archaeologists.
Yeah, people have dedicated their lives to this.
Their lives, paleontologists who have gone to
school,
gone to years of history, school, just whatever. I don't know what
schooling,
science, master's degrees upon master degrees,
doctorates. Like these people have worked their asses off to get here, and then they let this fucking airheaded bimbo with her dog name the fucking dinosaur.
What you don't see is there's a part where she goes to the next page and she's like, "Oh, and here's the bullet casing from the bullet that the Ed Begley paleontologist used to blow his brains out down the hall immediately after I named the dinosaur." It was a great day.
It was such a good day.
It was such a good day. Let me keep the bullet.
So then Skipper's like, "Oh man, I remember. Here's the next picture. It's of you and all your friends having a sleepover."
Does she point this out because
I don't know if we just all of a sudden we just see her friend walking by outside wearing a hat. This is another one of her friends wearing a hat. I think this is Midge and walking a dog. I don't know why this scene is here. They were just like, well, we don't want them just sitting here again. Let's just draw the person outside.
No, I don't know if I like this roaming guy.
Yeah, it's weird. So they're like, here's you and your friends at your sleepover.
Yeah, they have a sleepover.
Skipper's like, I used to love to watch you guys do hairstyles and talk about fashion. She's like, couldn't wait till I was a teenager and I'd get to figure out what dress I wanted to wear to the fancy ball.
Barbie wears a very floofy thing to bed.
Yeah.
That can be comfortable.
I think Susie actually had something like that for her.
Like real life?
Uh-huh. It had like all that fucking like shit on it. Yeah, Barbie had everything. So Skipper's like, oh, I wore all these things and all these sexless boys liked me.
Yeah.
They're very all the boys in this. Do you remember that Simpsons where Lisa's reading non-threatening non-threatening heartthrob magazine?
Yeah, non-threatening boys or something like that. Yeah.
Like reading that magazine, and that is very Barbie universe.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that you're reading like Teen Beat or whatever.
Yeah.
Because
Teen Steam.
Yeah. So, yeah, when I was younger, Barbie led me to believe that there'd be a lot more opportunities to wear like fucking ball gowns all the time, because that's really all she wears, and that is not true.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, it was fun, huh, Skipper? Yeah, it was great. So that was...
Yeah, Barbie... Skipper very much remembers being waken up by Barbie, and she would walk her to her room and read her a story.
Because they have no parents. I think that their parents went down the way the Waynes did.
The Wayans?
Waynes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think she Melendez them? Or whatever?
No, I think that somebody murdered her parents, and instead of her going fucking nutball crazy vigilante, she decided to buy everything with her money and to be happy constantly. She is the inverse Batman.
Yeah, she is. Oh, wow.
Because she's got all the toys, she's got all the shit, she's done everything. She's been an astronaut.
Wow, she is inverse Batman.
She's inverse Batman, so I think her parents were murdered in front of her, and instead of, like, focusing on it, she just decided to be happy.
Can we get that? Can we get those universes together?
Yeah, I think that they're actually siblings.
If this was a DC comic, Batman would definitely have shown up.
Yes.
To take Barbie out on
absolutely.
To take her out.
No, he's too sexual. She can't date him.
He would just give her an award.
Yeah, they would like
definitely give her an award.
They might talk to each other, but there's no fucking way because Barbie
Dick might tell her she's cute.
Sure, maybe. But you have
Dick would have to rein it in.
Yeah, you have to find a sexless character to put her with.
Oh, you can give her Superman. He's kind of...
She could date Superman, absolutely.
Superman goes...
Because he's not going to do anything. He's not going to get handsy. He's going to just like give her a little peck on the cheek.
Him and Ken go to the bathroom the same way. if you didn't know this.
They just sit down and smile.
They just sit down on the toilet and smile.
And stare straight ahead.
And then all of a sudden something happens. They just all of a sudden go, I'm done. And then they leave. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's how Krypton, Ken's Kryptonian. Nice.
Oh shit, does that mean Superman doesn't have a dick?
Well, I've always hypothesized he definitely does not. The genitalia.
He has a penis.
Well, he has something.
Oh, well, Ken has a mound. It's a mound.
Yeah.
It's really disturbing. Sometimes, if you get real lucky, your Ken will have built-in underwear.
Right.
So it's a Y front that's just like flesh colored.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then they're like, oh, hey, Barbie, what's this next thing? Oh, it's a poster from you when you had a band and you guys had a song called Powder Pink.
Powder Pink. And
this is one of the many times Barbie's been in a band.
Barbie got a record deal.
She has
probably from hanging out with Rick Steiner.
Yeah.
He probably was like, you know what? Her movie bombed. Can we have her record like a soundtrack or something?
Yes. Yeah. So there was actually
she's an engine. She's a promotional engine. Yes. Is what Barbie is.
So Barbie has been a singer many times. She actually...
Oh, she's singing all the time. I know this.
Yes, I had a Barbie.
She's been in punk rock bands.
Barbie and the Rockers. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So Barbie and the Rockers.
She was in Black Flag.
This was in like 1986, and she came with a cassette tape.
Yeah, she did.
And I think it was white. And it had all these...
Don't trust a white cassette tape.
Yeah. Well, they're always fucking weird when they weren't like the right color.
That's what I'm saying. Don't trust a cassette tape that isn't...
Oh shit, it's not like gray or whatever.
If it's not gray, if it's saying sometimes, you
or like that really gross beige.
Beige or red. I've had a few red tapes.
Red.
Or if you want to get more, alt rock going here. Faith No More's The Real Thing was a blue tape.
Oh fuck!
Not like a matte blue, but like a clear plastic blue.
Oh, you can see through it.
See through it.
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So she was on the same. Yeah. She was
on the label.
Oh, she was on the same label. Oh, her and Mike Patton did an album together.
Yeah.
Nice.
So and it came with a tape, and it had all these songs on it, and it was Barbie and the Rockers, and I fucking loved that tape.
Yeah.
It was great. Anyway, so Barbie has a song, and they toured the world, and it was like, basically the song is talking about how her favorite color is powder pink.
Yeah. Powder pink. Our favorite color is powder pink, not blue, not red. What do you think? Our favorite color is powder pink.
So imagine if that, what's her name? Was it Rebecca Black with Friday?
Uh-huh.
Imagine if that song, like, warranted her touring around the world. That's literally what this is.
She's probably made tons of money off of that.
Did she ever tour though? I thought she.
Well,
just,
I don't know. I mean, she probably definitely has made an appearance for personal appearances to sing that song, and has been paid many a money at probably some rich person's birthday party.
Sure, but I'm saying like just imagine like people actually fucking
She's figured it out.
Tickets to fucking fill the fucking Hollywood Bowl to see her play. That's what this is.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh my god, people
you don't really
love
see
us.
a ton of people in the audience. I mean, she could just be on a big
That's
stage
true.
and not everybody's there.
That's true.
Like there's only like
but it looks
10, 12, maybe
but it
20
also
people.
looks like they get swamped by people who want autographs.
Well, she's
So
also
much
Barbie.
show
She's also,
a fashion model and a movie star
she's
and
a fucking astronaut, all right?
yes, she is.
Her and Buzz Aldrin
And a
are
doctor and yeah.
Buzz Aldrin's at a table away being like, nobody wants to talk to me. I was in Transformers.
Oh, he was. That was sad. That was upsetting.
Remember that time I was on WWE Raw talking about wheels on...
That was also upsetting.
That was... but Buzz Aldrin...
That was upsetting.
Is upsetting.
He's done a lot of things.
He's been doing some upsetting things since landing on the moon.
Yeah, I'm like, can you just not do anything else? Okay. So then her and her friends like put on wigs and shit, and they go see landmarks like, you know, the Eiffel Tower and Big Ben, blah, 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 blah. So then they're in Tokyo, and they go into a store, and there's a little girl just crying because she's like, Barbie's here, but I don't have tickets because their world tour is sold out. And so instead of Barbie just walking up to this kid and being like, here, little girl, have a ticket to the show, Barbie and her friends just like whip off their disguises and start singing in the middle of the store because, but all they have are like music notes floating above their heads.
Well, they're playing the song already because they're playing the song in the store because she's big in Japan, like Tom Waits.
Yeah.
And or like fucking what's that band? Anvil.
Yeah.
Her and Anvil and Tom Waits toured.
Is this baby? What is it called?
Baby Metal.
Baby Metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like that.
That girl. Well, this girl went on. This little girl here. She actually went on to start Baby Metal.
Oh yeah, I can
This
see
is actually real life.
This is an origin story.
This is an origin story
for the Baby Metal girl.
Yeah, if you like Baby Metal, this is the first appearance of Baby Metal, guys.
Oh wow.
This is worth a lot of money in Japan.
So Barbie's like, that was my favorite concert. I made that girl so happy. Instead of just like inviting her to the show.
Instead of literally just being like, I'm Barbie and I can literally do anything I want.
Right.
Because I am female Batman.
Yes.
I am basically Bruce Wayne. So
like, I'm like happy Batman.
I'm happy Batman. So here's a backstage pass for you and your family. Nope. Come and just see you. I'll let you do whatever you want. You can even come on stage with me. I can do because I am Barbie and you can literally do whatever. I can literally do whatever I want.
Nope. Just gonna sing for you in the store. So then Skipper...
But the kid's happy.
Kid is happy. So then Skipper runs up the stairs, comes down with her Polaroid camera, takes a picture of Barbie holding up her book. And she's like, why'd you take that picture? And she's like, so I can start my own memory book. And she's like, are you feeling better, Skipper? She's like, I'm feeling so much better now that you forced me to look through your fucking pictures. I would say anything to get away from you, you crazy lunatic.
Who needs an IV drip, which I desperately need?
Yeah, who needs medication when I can just look at pictures of my sister, like, living all the lives?
Yeah.
And so Barbie then turns to the reader.
She's like, sorry, Skipper, my copay is like $50. I can't afford that.
She's like, I gotta buy new shoes. So she turns, I got a date with Sexless Ken where we're just gonna sort of like rub against each other.
Oh, wait, did she say that? Does she say a date?
No.
Oh. Did I miss that part where she's like, I'm gonna have a sexless date?
We try to have weird rubby sessions because neither one of us have any sort of genitalia to speak of.
Ken just spends all this time in the bathroom with Clark. I don't know why.
So she turns to the reader and she's like, do you have a memory book? Tell me about your favorite memory here. And then she gives the address where you can write her. And so that's the end of Barbie Fashion.
Mm-hmm. And then we get letters to Barbie.
Yeah, some of these are sad.
Well, I mean
they're just like, they're so short and like, I don't know if they're actually written by children or if people writing this book
they're dictated by children to adults.
No, did people writing this book write them to fill this shit up?
I don't know. So I mean, these addresses and these towns and stuff sound legit.
Sure, you could just pick a town though.
I know of Waitstone. Oh, Elma, that's near me.
Well, I'm sure you could just look there and be like, Jill so-and-so, age whatever, from this town. I mean, I could be like, and this is written by Janie Billingsworth, age 9, from Riverside, California. You know what I mean? Like, you can just pick it up. It doesn't matter.
Billingsworth. That's a long name to spell.
Also a real name, though.
Billingsworth.
You can just flip through the phone book.
I know, I believe it.
I mean, back then they had to. You can just Google.
That's how they got these names.
Yeah.
I think the most... well, there's a few letters from dudes here.
Yes, from our friend Chad.
Got a buddy named Chad here who says, Dear Barbie,
He's 19.
I am 19. I still have to play with Barbie, Ken, Midge, and Skipper. Shout out to Midge.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks I'm weird, and lots of people won't even talk to me. I don't listen. I think if I enjoy it, I should play with them. Thank you for listening to my lifelong dilemma.
From Chad.
Chad, age 19.
From Texas.
From Bedford, Texas.
I'm assuming this is actually Waylon Smithers wrote this. He is the foremost collector of Malibu Stacy's.
Yeah. And then also...
They respond and they said, we couldn't agree more with you, Chad. Barbie's is great.
Right on, buddy.
Yeah.
Also want to point out this one. Actually, did you read this other one for this other kid here?
No.
Other boy?
No.
Dear Barbie, my name is Jeffrey, and I live in Oakwood at the Woods School. Oakwoods! Oh, shit. Oh, is he an actor?
Yes.
Is he in a Nickelodeon show?
Yes.
Oh, was he on all that?
Yes.
In the background?
He was
uncredited.
The guy who was less famous than Kel.
Keenan?
No, less famous.
Well, Kel is the less famous one.
He's less famous than that.
Oh, okay. Did you know Abe Vigoda was in the Kel and Keen, the Good Burger movie?
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Abe Vigoda was in a lot of things.
I wish Abe Vigoda was in this book.
I'm surprised he's not. Abe Vigoda would have shown up in this book if you asked him.
Oh, man. Can you imagine if all of a
He
sudden...
used to show up on Conan all the time.
She just opens up a page. She's like, what is this? That's Abe Vigoda.
Yeah.
Did you know he was in Look Who's Talking? He's my legit... Abe Vigoda is my favorite part of that movie.
I don't even remember him in that movie.
It is my favorite because he is just wacky old Abe Vigoda. And I always thought that was him in real life, but then I was like, oh, no, wait. He's like a great actor and a great piece of history.
He is. He is. My favorite thing that he ever did, besides all the shit he did on Conan.
Yeah.
Because I loved when he was the Christmas Vigoda.
Yes, the Christmas Vigoda.
One of my favorites.
Or the Vigoda Eclipse.
Vigoda Eclipse. That's right where his face is just like right up at the camera.
Yeah.
No, it was that like short that he did with B. Arthur when it was like the old Sex and the City.
No, I don't remember that.
Do you remember this? This was like a weird little YouTube thing, or I don't remember where the fuck it showed up, but it was on. I saw it on the internet.
Oh.
But it was like B. Arthur was Carrie, and like Abe Vigoda was like Mr. Big or whatever, and he came to like take her out on a date. It's just.
I'm here to take you out on a date.
Yeah, it was great. It was just great. I'm just happy.
Be Arthur, I'm here to take you out on a date.
Yeah, it was great. R.I.P. both of those people.
R.I.P. Great, two great
actors.
humans. Which we also lost some great people this week too. I just heard.
George Romero died.
George Romero and Martin Landau.
Yep. I honestly did not realize Martin Landau was still alive.
You know, he's one of those guys who I had to kind of keep being like,
is he still alive?
Maybe. Yeah, because there's still a lot of those people out there. I'm like, I'm not sure.
Right.
But I mean, George Romero. I didn't realize.
George Romero, I knew was still alive, but R.I.P.
Martin Landau, fantastic actor. Yeah. George Romero, fucking
George Romero.
The Dead movies.
Yeah.
I have to rewatch Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
The original, because I haven't seen it in a minute, and it's quite good.
Yeah.
I just was anyway. So Jeffrey here.
Yeah.
How we start talking about Abe Vigoda? Oh, that's right, Oakwoods. I think you are pretty, and I love your hair.
Oh.
I want you to come to school with me and be my friend, so I could see you every day. I shouldn't say it like this. We can do homework together.
Oh.
We can go to the mall, and we can buy hamburgers.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
And they say, and Jeffrey Ryder from Langhorne, PA.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great time, Jeffrey. Since Barbie is so busy with all of her adventures and her comics, why don't you take one of your school friends? We know it'll be fun. I hope he did that.
I hope he did too.
I hope Jeffrey got that figured out.
Hope he has, more than just a Barbie doll friend.
He can take Chad.
Him and Chad? No, they might be the wrong ages, though.
Yeah.
If they were around the same age, they could be friends. And
we don't know what age Jeffrey is.
No, Jeffrey does not say how old he is.
I'm assuming he is a child.
It sounds that he's very young. So anyway, that's Barbie Fashion.
I can't believe we fucking just read this. What am I doing with my life?
I bought them all. I bought them at Buffalo.
That's right, you did.
Yep, because I'd never seen them before.
Did we buy these at Adam and Dave's?
Yes.
Yeah, we did. That's right.
Because they were all in those boxes, and I was like, "Holy fuck! I've never seen a Barbie."
You never. The truth be told, this is kind of like the WCW comic.
Yeah, I've never seen these.
You never see these around.
Nope.
Barbie Fashion, not just Barbie.
Yeah.
Barbie Fashion.
31.
31. That means by this point, it would already have 2 annuals.
Yes.
It's been around for multiple years.
Yes.
People will keep buying this book. I mean, it's shit. If you got kids out there buying this shit, then fucking sell that shit.
Yeah.
Keep selling Barbie Fashion.
Yeah.
Did they trademark the word fashion? Or is it Barbie? That's confusing. It's a confusing trademark.
There's 2. Barbie's definitely trademarked. I wonder if Barbie Fashion is trademarked. I don't know, to be honest with you. But there's a TM above it. Right?
Yeah, no, I'm confused.
You can't I don't think you can trademark the word fashion.
Well, somebody did.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm thinking it's Barbie Fashion. It's
Okay.
trademarked instead of Barbie, the word fashion. Because you can't trademark a word that everybody uses to describe things.
So anyways, that's Barbie Fashion number 31 from July 1993. Would you read the next issue of this?
Probably.
I think I already have because we have it.
Yeah.
I think I read it.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's no continuity in these. It's not like I have to be like,
It doesn't-
oh no, what happened in the last issue? Why is
I don't know.
Barbie...
We got part 2. I was lost.
Yeah.
The scrapbook.
Yeah, there's no continuity. There's even one, like, we have one where Barbie teaches people how to scrapbook.
Yeah, she does.
So, I mean, like, this is a weird comic book, guys.
Oh, there's a lot of weird stuff. There's the one, I mean, I can't remember because I read all of them and I'm just like...
They're just all dumb.
They're just all like, it's just like stuff that just keeps like...
There's one where she crashes a wedding.
She crashes multiple parties and everybody, well, like some old dude.
Oh, that's right. The only thing that he wants is to dance with a pretty woman.
He's like 96 years old or
And I'm
whatever.
like, you...
And he goes, I wish I could dance with a model. And then Barbie's just like, oops, on the wrong room. He's like, come have a dance with me. And she's like, fine.
I know, and I'm like, isn't his wife still alive?
I don't know. Probably not.
I don't remember. I thought his wife was still alive, but this is like all of his children and his grandchildren. You're not like, oh, I would love to dance with my granddaughter. How wonderful is this?
I know. What's up
It's,
with
I want to dance with a model, you creepy old fuck. What is wrong with you?
The old dude should have just been like, I want to just have a good movement in my bowels.
I want to be able to eat a steak again and not regret it for a week.
Can I have it? Yeah. Could somebody... Yeah, exactly. Like anything.
Yeah.
Other than just...
I want to dance with a model.
Just want to dance with a...
Fuck you, you old creep.
Yeah. And then she catches the bouquet. I'm like, man... She's like Vincent Chase.
Yeah, everything happens to her. All good things.
Well, I guess that's
But she's not very active.
It's a part of the escapism.
Yes.
You're not reading this to be like,
Things
how's
just
Barbie gonna figure this out?
Yeah,
No,
she
she
doesn't
just
have
figured
to.
it out. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah,
It doesn't happen.
Barbie doesn't have to do anything. Things happen to Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very, very easy to be her.
What is this, Silicon Valley?
Yes, pretty much.
Oh, boy. Anyways.
So yeah, that's our show.
Well, that was a thing I did with my life.
Oh, we have more of these. It's a threat.
Oh, man. Wait till next week when we talk about West Coast Avengers and I give my thoughts. I mean, whatever. I don't know if we're in West Coast Avengers.
I have no idea.
We're gonna do something equally stupid. I'm gonna just. It's not gonna. You're gonna be like, I wish she was talking about Barbie again.
Yep.
Dummy. Okay. Anyways, thanks for listening, folks. You can find myself on Twitter at Angry Hero Sean, SHAWN. Twitter, Instagram. Jen, where can they find you?
I'm at Jen Stansfield on Twitter and Instagram, jenstansfield.tumblr.com, and jenstansfield.wordpress.com.
And you, of course, can find us on Facebook. Check out our Facebook page, like on Facebook, and
Email us.
You can email us, worstcollectionever@gmail.com. And also, if you're on Apple Podcasts, please rate, review, subscribe. Give us 5 stars if you think we deserve it. And please give us a great rating wherever you get this podcast. If you listen on Stitcher, wherever it is that you get the show, please give us props. It definitely helps us. Every little bit is precious to us.
Yeah.
So thanks for listening, folks, and we'll talk to you again next time.
Bye.